In this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own advising calendar and also be able to put that into your Blackboard site. So to start, what I do, because I use so many Google applications, I go to the incognito window using Google Chrome. So it brings up a new window that I can work with. And in the first step, what we're going to do is we're going to create the calendar. And to do that, we need the Google Education version. So for JCC, we're going to go to myjcc.suny.edu.sunyjcc.edu. And what we want to do once we are there is click on email. I'm going to go ahead and log in, use my username and password, and this will bring me to Gmail, one of the versions we have. So all faculty and students and staff have Gmail at SUNY JCC. Over in the right hand corner, we have a number of different applications. By selecting that, it'll bring you this drop down, and we want to go to the calendar. What I want to do is create a separate calendar just for advising, and that way I can see it. I can have my personal stuff in the background, but I don't want everybody to see that, so I just want my advising calendar. To do that, I'm going to go to My Calendars, and there is a drop down, and create a new calendar. I'm going to call this Advising Calendar for Stan Scrabbit. And you can put in a description. One of the things that you also want to make sure that you're going to share this calendar with others, and specifically we're going to share this calendar with everyone in the organization, Jamestown Community College. And because I don't want to see everybody see who's slotted against what time, I'm just going to select the free or busy. I will then scroll on down and create my calendar. Alright, so now it's listed, and I want to make sure that I have a color in here. This means the calendar can be seen, or at least seen by you. This is my personal calendar. I'm just going to unclick that, and that goes white, so that'll actually hide my calendar. Another way of doing that is selecting this drop down arrow and display only this calendar. And that will turn off all your other calendars and only display this. So the next step in creating your advisement calendar is to create the time slots. So what I have set is the week view. That way I can see, a small section. It's easier to manage, and I go through there. So say I want to do this for next week, the 24th through the 30th. What I want to do is I want to block out a specific period of time. So I'm going to block out 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and it'll bring up this window. I'm going to create appointment slots, and once again, this is only available if you have like an educational or business version. So I'm going to click appointment slots. I'm going to make sure that my calendar is set to advising calendar, and I'm going to call this advising. So those will be my appointments. Now you get to decide how big you want your slots set. Right now they're defaulted at 30 minutes, and I can go ahead and change that to 15 minutes. Set them up in 15-minute blocks, and I would go ahead and create those slots. So now that block of time is set for 15-minute slots. And when I show you the calendar in the end, you'll be able to see this. Another way that you could do this is you could set this for an individual slot, and I'm going to create, I'm just going to, create an appointment slot, but I want to offer it as a single appointment slot. So maybe you can only fit in one slot, or you want to control the slots and you're going to have them throughout the day, and it may not make sense to offer them in blocks of 15 minutes. You can do the same thing. I'm going to call this advising also, and make sure it's set to my calendar and a single slot. I can edit the details in this, and perhaps I want to set this for a 15-minute block, and I can make that change right there. and you can go ahead and put in the where and such. And now I'll go ahead and save this. And so now it's set for a 15-minute block specifically on that calendar. And you would do that for the rest of your slots. One of the other things that you can do in this, if I click on an event and edit details, I can also repeat this. Maybe that I want to set a standing set of an appointments, could be for office hours, and I want to do this weekly at a specific time and period. I can do this with either type of appointment slots and decide when I want it, what period of time, and go ahead and set that throughout my calendar. And we've done this to schedule time for our makerspace. So let me go back. Okay, so now we have all our appointments set. What we want to do now is put this into Blackboard. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open up another tab, and I am going to go to Blackboard. I'm going to log in, and I am going to go to my sandbox. This would be my normal course, whatever course that I want to go to. I'm going to decide where I want to place this. I could place it over on the side. Maybe I'll do that. So I'm going to just create a web link as part of my menu and click web link. So I'll call this advising calendar. So now I need a URL for that. So what I'm going to do is go back to my calendar, click on an advising appointment, and select edit details. Now part of that is you will receive a unique URL that is for your calendar's appointment page. And so go ahead and select that and copy it and go back to Blackboard, and you would paste this. And it's going to be available to users, and I will submit. So now I have this advising calendar. I'm going to push this up here a little further up in my stream. So I want my advising calendar right up on the top. I could have easily put it into my content, but this is what I want. So now let's test this. Always important to test. So I'm going to go to Student View, and when I now select my advising calendar, it should open up a new window. There is no appointment slots in the time range currently because I have them set for next week. So let's go to next week, and I have these various appointments, and they're set every half hour, and that's why, or every 15 minutes. So that's why it kind of looks kind of wonky here, right? But all someone would have to do is select an appointment, right? Who is it going to be? Where is it going to be? So it's in my office, and save it. And what it does at that point, it will take that particular slot and put it on my personal calendar. And so if I go back to, so I can view it in my normal calendar, and we'll save that. And if I turn on my calendar, right, you'll see that that particular slot has been taken. And they're, for the students, they would see the options to select, and when an option, let's go back to that. When an option has been taken, then it'll be full. Because I have permission to see this particular calendar, I see who has taken what slots and what slots are still busy. So these are set up for 15 minutes. There's a top and a bottom, and so this makes it a little hard to display this way, but that's what we have. So that's how you can get a calendar into Blackboard, creating an advising calendar if you wish to do that electronically. If you have questions, naturally come see the Thai team, and we'll be happy to help you out.